June 13th, 2023, and briefly, because I'm on a lunch break and it's almost time to go back, I wanted to express how I saw this video today and it made so much sense. I'll show the video in a minute. Yesterday, my card said that I should communicate with my twin flame, and I was like, no, I'm not going to communicate with him. So today I saw this video and it made so much sense. This video puts everything that a person like me, a spiritual person like me, a light worker with a soul connection, a soul tie, karmic contracts and soulmates and twin flame, I needed to hear this. And so I sent it afterwards. It resonated with me so much. Afterwards, I sent it to my twin flame. I unblocked him and sent it to him. And I said, this is our truce. And I let him know, hey, there's no need for us to continue communicating. When you're ready, I ask that you remove yourself, the ties that you have to me, any access that you have to me, that you remove it. I'm doing the same. And so I sent this video.
I love you, but I don't like what you do. And you're hindering me from going where I need to go. So I need to release you with love. I love you, but I release you with love. From all spiritual agreements, all spiritual contracts, all soul ties, and all energies that no longer serve my higher self. But I love you, but we go no further. Because just having that attachment is keeping me from being what I'm supposed to be.
The beauty about this, and I maybe I should give myself credit, but I'm going to give Jarvie the credit. I'm going to give my soulmate the credit. Because it wasn't until him that I was able to release myself, to free myself from things that were really bogging me down still, like my twin flame and the way that this awkwardness that we've had all these years, where we come together and it always seems like he tries to take something from me, whether and it always seems sexual, but after that it's like he has this animosity, like never ending animosity towards me, and he wants to place blames and say things, but he never acknowledges the toxic things that got us there. And so for a long time there, I've not only apologized for my end of things, which he never did, but just kind of took it. And he started making me so nervous that I would get anxious. I would get anxiety. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm vibing in this energy that is supposed to be beautiful and it's supposed to be playful and it's supposed to be awesome, and it affects me that way. But then he comes at me with a lot of judgment about it. And a lot of assumptions that he plays dumb, but we both know, because I know him. It's that link. And so anyway, long story short, I just didn't want that anymore in my life. There was no reason why this man had the right over me like that, to come into my life, especially in a moment of vulnerability. But there have been situations where I've connected with him, we've connected, that I'm vulnerable because of other situations. And instead of being the twin flame ascended and holding space for me, just to be there for me, it seems like he wants to kick me when I'm down. And it's like, why do I want that energy? I've had a mother like that all my life. Like, this is the reason I've tolerated men like this, because I grew up in that kind of energy. And to me, it's kind of, part of my foundation to be abused by somebody and just, find it excusable. So I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not. And not only that, but I've taken it a step further. This breakup with my soulmate has propelled me in a way that I didn't see it coming. I didn't see this boost of energy and expression and determination and confidence that I was going to get from this breakup. It hurts to this day, because it was so nonsensical. The relationship that we had versus the issues that we had did not warrant what happened. So I think the shock alone just sent a wave of determination, because I noticed I was doing what we women do. And I don't know, I can only speak for us women. in conversation, what we share, and self personally, but we always put that on us and wonder, were we good enough? Were we not good enough? Or was I not pretty enough? Was I not thin enough? Was I ugly? Was I not a good cook? Was I not entertaining? Was I boring? You know, we do so much and put it on us what they did, what happened because of both of us, what happened because of that person, and the reactions that we had because of the narcissism and the toxicities, you know, that kind of stuff. So I didn't want to be in that mindset, and I was for a little bit, and I realized it. I realized that I was in that mindset of, was I not good enough, you know? And and what did I decide to do? I decided to, okay, if this is how I feel, then it's time for change. It's time for change. It's time to address the things that I'm saying to myself. Was it because of this? Was it because of that? Was it because of this? So I took all of that and I said, well, this is fixed this way. This is fixed this way. This is, and so that's how I started. And it just, I came alive, and like this, it's like I was a torch that was turned off, and all of a sudden it was like, you know, my flame, my twin flame. I activated myself. This activated me. And so I give Jarvie a lot of credit in the fact that before we broke up and we had this beautiful relationship, it made me realize, as a grown woman who's gone through a lot of things to get to a point where I've worked on self enough to feel like I deserve this kind of relationship and I can handle it, and I thought, you know, we were both mature and developed and in a place where we could handle a sacred relationship, right? And so as a grown woman, going through the sacred relationship and with a different perspective, different mindset, like I really enjoyed it. And I realized I don't need my twin flame. I don't need my twin flame energy. I don't need my twin flame to have a relationship that's divine and it's beautiful and has a connection. And it doesn't matter what age I am. That means there's my soulmates are out there. My romantic soulmates are out there, and I can connect with them. And it didn't work out with Jarvie, but who knows? My cards keep telling me that there's a beautiful, mega powerful energy that's going to come into my life, who's going to be the things that, you know, that I've been working on self, and this person has as well. So my soulmates are out there. And it healed. Jarvie healed so much of the soulmate thing for me. Jarvie made it so I could let go and release that. And so I hadn't completely, but once I ignited myself after this and been working on self and elevating and just becoming this, like I keep saying, this empress, once I've tapped into this feminine power, letting go of my twin flame was just second nature. And it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna let go of my twin flame now. No, it was our interactions that I was like, I started noticing like, I wouldn't tolerate this from anybody else, so why am I tolerating this from him? And then I got to thinking, the next step of that was, if I do believe this man is my twin flame, which I do, everything points to yes, even his denial of it now, because he was all gung-ho for years upon years upon years. But anyway, even his denial of it now is very twin flamish of him. But anyways, you know, even if I believe that this man and I have a soul connection to that level, why would I allow this man to treat me in the worst possible way? Or why would I allow this man to have any kind of negative, low vibes when it comes to me? This man, being that he is my twin flame, should have the highest level of love and consideration divinely towards me. Divine. That's the way he should be treated me, in a divine way. And if he can't, because of where he is, then him and I don't need to be communicating. Him and I don't need to have this tie anymore. And so when I found this video, I was like, this is perfection. This right there is telling my twin flame exactly what I needed to say. I love you as my twin flame, but I release you. I release all our ties. And I think that's super important, to get to a space where we feel we can let go of our twin flame. A lot of us in this day and age where twin flames can't be together because of the chaos of the world, we need to be apart and spreading that word and putting those seeds out there to grow that beautiful light. That's what we're meant to do. We're not meant to come in union, not all of us. It takes very strong and very alert twin flames to be able to come in union and realize that the sacred feminine is where it's at, and the masculine has to let go of ego and follow the empress, the sacred feminine, because that's where the wisdom, that's where the creation, that's where, because we're older, that's where it comes from. And our male counterparts, our twin flames, they're the ones who are bringing that youth and that love and that divinity to our to our union. We both bring that divinity, but we both have roles to play. But if your twin flame, him is in a place where he can follow the empress, then it's going to be chaos, because if he's operating on ego and he's denying what he is, there's no way there's going to be a union. So it's super important that two people in the twin flame relationship understand their roles. And so since this isn't happening, I let go of him. And we can try next lifetime to untangle the mess that we made and figure things out. But in this one, as the empress, as the twin flame female ascended, I need to respect myself, and he needs to respect me. And so thus, my lovely twin flame and I need to part ways. And all of this stemmed from the realization that at my stage in life, it is so possible to fall in love so deeply with a soul connection that is not your twin flame. And I gave myself to this man and said yes. And to me, as a light worker, as a divine being of light, that meant a lot to me. That was sacred to me. And it might have been different for him, especially with his untreated bipolar 1 with rapid cycling. His reasoning is completely different. Maybe had he not had that, we would still be together. I think we would. But it's something sacred to me. And so I realized now, taking that sacred bond that I made, sacred agreement that I made, and putting it on myself to just ascend, I realized I can move on and have a really divine life with somebody out there and not miss out on anything. So it's really, really important for us light workers and us as soul connections, us twin flames, to realize that by holding on, by resisting, by going against the current, we are not only hindering them, but we're hindering our own growth. We know this. We know this because we have this basic knowledge. So now it's up to us to release, comfortably just release and accept that, work on self, ascend, hold space for your twin flame if you want, but release them with love. It is absolutely necessary for us to grow. We are here to grow and ascend and light, and bring this light to this planet so it ascends to a level 1. We can't do that if we're constantly retaining and going against the current and in that ego space, in that fear and ego, because we want to retain our twin flame. So don't do that. Don't retain your twin flames. Don't retain your soul connections. Let things go. Love them from afar. Send them off with love. But you focus on you, because especially if you're an empress, especially if you're the divine female in a twin flame match, focus on you, baby girl. Because guess what? You and I, we are holding up this world. We are holding up this light, and we are those beacons. Okay, so we have to be right in order to help this planet ascend. So now you know your job. Now I reminded you, knew it already, but now I reminded you what you have to do.